All right, today we're going to break down the Content CEO Playbook. This is a whole new system for founders who want to build real trust, massive distribution, and some serious leverage. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Does your day-to-day feel like you're just constantly putting out fires? You know the feeling, jumping from meeting to meeting, dealing with whatever problem just popped up, but never really moving the business forward? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you might be using a playbook that's seriously out of date.
So you've really got two paths here. On one side, you've got the old CEO, where the business feels like this fragile house of cards that completely depends on you for everything. One wrong move and it all comes crashing down. But on the right, that's where we want to be, the Content CEO. This person isn't just managing problems, they're building real, lasting assets, trust with their audience, distribution channels they own, and leverage that frees up their time. Today, we're going to walk through the 4 systems that help you build that fortress.
All right, system number 1. This is all about building your authority engine. This is the system that's designed to completely crush that little voice in your head. You know the one that says, but what if I put all this effort in and nobody even listens?
Look, the secret to building authority isn't about obsessing over followers or likes right out of the gate. It's all about getting your reps in. The creator of this playbook, Matt Gray, set a really simple goal for himself. Create 100 pieces of content he was genuinely proud of. That's it. 100 videos, 100 newsletters, whatever. He just focused on the practice, and guess what? The results started to take care of themselves.
And once you start putting in those reps, something really cool happens. You start to build what's called an authority flywheel. It works like this. Your consistent content starts earning you attention. That attention then turns into leads for your business. Those leads, well, they generate cash flow. And here's the magic step. You take that cash and you reinvest it back into creating even better content, which gets you more attention. And the whole thing just spins faster and faster.
Now, this is super important. You do not need to be everywhere doing everything. That's a recipe for burnout. The key is to find your 3 core formats. So where do you start? First, with whatever you're actually excited to create. If you hate video, don't start there. Second, listen to your audience. What are they responding to? What do they love? And third, once you find something that's working, triple down on it. Go all in. Simplicity and focus are what get this flywheel spinning.
Okay, so you're building authority, you're finding your voice, but the big question is always, this sounds amazing, but where on earth am I going to find the time? Well, that's what our next system is all about.
This is the content waterfall, and it is a system built for maximum leverage. The idea couldn't be simpler. You create one single high-quality pillar piece of content. Think a deep dive video or a podcast. And then you have a system to break it down into dozens of smaller pieces for all your other platforms. It's the definition of working smarter, not harder.
So let's get practical. Here's what this actually looks like. You record one in-depth YouTube video. From that one video, you can pull out 3 great clips for Instagram Reels, 3 more for TikTok, a handful of thoughtful text posts for LinkedIn, and even the core ideas for your weekly newsletter, all from one recording session. Suddenly, you're not stuck on that content hamster wheel. You're creating a single asset and distributing it like a genius.
But to really make this system work, you've got to totally shift how you think about your time. This quote from Shopify's founder, Tobi Lütke, is so powerful because it feels wrong, right? 4 hours? But the goal isn't just to work more hours, it's to have more focused hours. It's about fiercely protecting your most valuable time, not just letting your calendar fill up.
So what do you actually do in those 4 focused hours? You spend them on the highest leverage things possible. As you see here, it breaks down into 4 key areas: making big strategic decisions, creating your pillar content and the systems around it, guiding your team's growth, and of course, driving revenue. Pretty much everything else, that can be delegated. This is how you create the space to actually be a creator.
All right, this is all great. You're building authority. You've magically found the time to create content. But let's be real. There's one question every founder is asking right about now. How does any of this actually make me money?
And that brings us to system number 3, the content to revenue bridge. This is where the rubber meets the road. We're going to connect all that creative effort directly to your cash flow.
The key thing to understand here is that every piece of content has a specific job to do. So at the very top, you use social media to build broad awareness. Then you capture their interest by offering a lead magnet, something valuable like a free guide or a checklist, in exchange for their email. Now they're on your list, and you use your newsletter to build trust during the consideration phase. And finally, all that trust you've built leads them to make a decision, to book that sales call or buy from your landing page.
And listen, this might be the most important mindset shift of all. You have to stop chasing viral content that's made for everybody. That's a vanity game. Niche, educational content, the kind that actually helps a specific person solve a specific problem, might not get a million views, but it attracts the right customer. And as a founder, the ultimate metric isn't likes or followers. It's profit, period.
Okay, but even with all this in place, a lot of founders hit a wall. They've got the engine running, the waterfall flowing, and the bridge built, but they are completely burning out trying to do it all themselves. And that's where our final system comes in to save the day.
Right. The old way is you by yourself against the entire world. It's just not sustainable. It's a recipe for burnout. The Content CEO way is to build a team multiplication system. It's not about adding to your workload, it's about multiplying your impact. This is about building true leverage so you can actually stay in the game for the long haul.
And look, your team doesn't need to be massive to start. You just need to cover 3 core roles. At the top, you have the strategist. That's you, setting the vision. The strategist directs the creators, your writers, your editors, the people who actually make the stuff. And finally, you have the distributors, your social media manager, for example, who are responsible for getting that great content in front of the right people.
All right, let's zoom out and put all the pieces together. This is your full Content CEO stack. This is the complete system from start to finish.
So here it is, the whole playbook in one spot. Each system is specifically designed to solve one of those painful, limiting beliefs that hold founders back. Your authority engine crushes the fear that no one will listen. The content waterfall obliterates the excuse of not enough time. The revenue bridge finally answers the question, how does this make money? And the team multiplier frees you from the trap of, I have to do it all myself.
But you know, once all the systems are running, the flywheel's spinning, revenue is flowing, you've got to ask yourself a bigger question. Beyond the cash flow, beyond the metrics, what are you really building here?
And really, this is what it all comes down to. This is the most important takeaway. The content, the systems, the funnels, they're just the tools. They're the scaffolding. The real asset you're building, the one thing that no competitor can ever copy, is your brand. It's that emotional connection you build with your customer. And as the founder, you are the chief architect of that connection.